Today I'm giving you guys something new and different, something that can make your diet more enjoyable and easier to stick to so you can easily burn more fat. Now, even though I can simply list out 20 healthy fruits and vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and grapefruit, that won't really do anyone any good. And there's already tons of videos out there that are like that. Everyone already knows to eat broccoli and to eat a high protein diet. Instead, I want to give you guys something that will actually make your diet more effective and more enjoyable for both your body and for your taste buds. When you're dieting, a lot of times it might feel like you can't eat anything that you really like or anything that doesn't have a bland, boring taste. But this couldn't be further from the truth. There are certain foods, snacks, and condiments that can make a cutting diet way more enjoyable, and more importantly, it can make it sustainable. The 20 foods that I'm about to go over are by no means magical, so eating them won't burn off the pie of pizza you ate 3 hours beforehand. However, they will help satisfy your hunger and they'll taste great without driving your daily calories way up. The first food is a perfect example of this, and it's pickles. For some reason, most people don't know that pickles are extremely low in calories. A whole cup of pickles only has 17 calories, and one medium-sized pickle only has about 1 gram of carbs. Having a couple pickles throughout the day can help fill your stomach up and can add a little bit of unique flavor into your diet. There's even brands out there that offer bread and butter pickles with no sugar added, and they have a sweet taste while only costing 5 to 7 calories per pickle. The one thing that you do want to be careful with is salt. Pickles are loaded with sodium, which can make you gain weight. However, whenever I'm cutting, I personally don't care because it's only gonna add water weight that can easily be flushed out later. But they're still gonna help fill you up and burn fat. There's also plenty of low sodium varieties available if you're concerned about water weight. Next, we have sweet and spicy tuna packets. These are really awesome because not only do they taste delicious, but they also have an excellent protein to carb ratio. One packet contains 16 grams of protein and only 4 grams of carbs. That's a 4-to-1 ratio of protein to carbs, guys. This is excellent, especially since it's such a portable source of protein. You can make it very quickly if you're hungry, and you can take it with you on the go. And like I said, it's actually delicious. Even if you don't like tuna, I recommend that you try the sweet and spicy variety. The same company also makes other flavors like ranch, herb and garlic, and lemon pepper, to name a few. And most of them are just as great, if not better. For example, the ranch version only has 1 gram of carbs for 15 grams of protein, which is even more amazing. Another high protein snack that you could take with you on the go that actually tastes good is chicken jerky and beef jerky. Even though both are definitely not as good as fresh chicken or beef, when comparing it to other snacks, its macronutrient profile is one of the best. Caveman's buffalo-style chicken jerky only has 70 calories with 12 grams of protein and only 3 grams of carbs per serving. Jack's Links makes its original turkey jerky with very similar macros. And of course, Jack Links also makes beef jerky, but the original beef jerky only has 11 grams of protein and 6 grams of carbs, which is about a 2-to-1 ratio of protein to carbs instead of the 4-to-1 ratio that the chicken and turkey varieties have. However, they recently released a sugar-free beef jerky which only has 1 gram of carbs for 15 grams of protein. That's a tough high-protein snack to beat. Just keep in mind that other flavors like teriyaki and sweet and hot will contain more sugar. So if you could get your hands on the sugar-free one, that one is by far the best. Next, let's go over some condiments that'll add flavor while helping with fat loss. Mustard only has 3 calories per packet or per teaspoon with only 0.3 grams of carbs. Frank's Red Hot, you could still put that stuff on everything even if you're dieting because it has virtually 0 calories. Horseradish sauce is another great one. It only adds about 6 calories per tablespoon. Salsa only has 4 calories per tablespoon. And there are a lot of things that you could do with salsa to spice up your meals. Heinz reduced sugar ketchup. This one has 1 gram of sugar and 5 calories per tablespoon. Soy sauce. This is a staple in my diet because it goes great on rice and it contains only 9 calories and about 1 to 2 grams of protein per tablespoon. And again, if you're concerned about the sodium, there's a low sodium variety. There's also Bragg's liquid aminos, which tastes very similar to soy sauce, but the major difference is that it's not fermented and it's gluten-free. You can also use sriracha and, of course, vinegar. There's also a whole brand of calorie-free dressings and syrups known as Walden Farms, and they can definitely help add some flavor to salads and other meals, but don't overdo it, because if you dump half the bottle into your salad, I can guarantee that it won't be calorie-free anymore. So those are a couple condiments that can really spice up your meals for very few calories. Moving back to food, if you love peanut butter, you'll love PB2. PB2 is a dehydrated form of peanut butter, so it comes in a powder form, and you have to add water and mix it to turn it into peanut butter. The great thing about PB2 is that it has 85% less calories from fat than regular peanut butter does. So if you haven't tried it, you're probably assuming that it tastes gross, but I have tried it and I like PB2 even better than regular peanut butter. And it's a really great trade-off, because 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter will cost you about 200 calories, while 2 tablespoons of PB2 will only be 45 calories. So PB2 is something that you could use to add flavor to your protein shake, or you can simply eat a few tablespoons right out of the bottle without freaking out about how many calories you're having. If you haven't tried it and you like peanut butter, definitely give it a shot. You can also add the PB2 to a protein smoothie, which is next up on our list. There are a lot of recipes, but one simple way to make a delicious protein smoothie is by starting off with some skim milk or almond milk. Then you would add 2 tablespoons of PB2, half a large banana, and 1 to 2 scoops of chocolate whey protein, and then you would blend it. This shake will be relatively low in calories, high in protein, and it'll absolutely taste great. It'll also be very filling. That is, of course, as long as you don't turn your protein smoothie into a fruit smoothie. Adding a small amount of fruit, like half a banana, is going to make it taste better without adding a ton of sugar. The problem is that some people dump a ton of fruit into their smoothie thinking that it's going to help them with weight loss. But unfortunately, dumping bags of frozen blueberries into your smoothie is not going to fill you up, and it's not going to help you burn fat. So limit yourself to 1 fruit per smoothie. And the best time to have this smoothie would be after a workout, preferably. Another high protein food that's super simple to make is a hard-boiled egg. Eggs in general are low in calories while being high in protein and full of nutrients, including vitamin A, vitamin B, folate, and selenium. They're also very filling, which can help you control your appetite. But hard-boiled eggs specifically only take a few minutes to make, and they can easily be taken with you if you're in a rush. That's why they made it to this list. Next, I want to touch on psyllium husk, because it's another natural food that can help you reduce your appetite. It has been shown in studies to help people feel less hungry and more full between meals. It can also help you get more fiber into your diet, and it's very easy to supplement with. Now, since we're on the topic of appetite suppression, let's move on to some beverages, specifically coffee. Many people swear that coffee helps them reduce their hunger and appetite, and although the science isn't fully clear on this, one meta-analysis that looked at the effects of coffee on appetite control found that coffee could help reduce appetite anywhere from half an hour to 4 hours after drinking it. I personally feel like coffee helps me lower my appetite for longer than 4 hours, especially if I'm fasting. But any appetite suppressing effect will help you eat less and burn more fat. You can add some cream to your coffee, just don't overdo it with the cream and the sugar. Instead of sugar, something that can help you manage your sweet tooth and stick to your diet is stevia. As opposed to artificial sweeteners that have a long list of potential adverse health effects, stevia is a natural sweetener that's plant-based. Now, even though it's natural and virtually calorie-free, you don't want to have it in excess. Instead, you should use it to reduce the amount of sugar that you're currently eating, or to make some low-calorie, high-protein desserts. There are some amazing recipes out there that include stevia, ranging from protein pancakes to chocolate protein brownies. It's important for you to eat healthy whole foods, but it's also important for us to enjoy our diet if we want to stick to it long term. Stevia is one of those additions to your diet that can help you do just that. Something else that you can use as a snack is a protein bar, but you have to be careful because there are many protein bars out there that are loaded with sugar, or they contain poor quality protein sources. If your goal is to burn fat, you'll want to go with one that's high in protein and low in sugar as well as fat. Some of the best macro ratios that I've personally seen have been from a brand known as Pure Protein bars. However, I know a lot of people love Quest bars, and many of them are actually great, but look out for the ones that are higher in sugar. Also, keep in mind that having a protein bar as a snack is fine, just make sure that you don't treat it like a freebie by eating a ton of them every single day. The same can be said about the next one, dark chocolate. Now, you can make a lot of mistakes with chocolate, but I've seen many of my clients use it to their benefit. To make it work for you, you'll want to go with chocolate that's at least 85% dark or darker. This will give you a lower carb count and a ton of antioxidants. But If you want to continue burning fat, the most important thing is that you don't overdo it. If you can't limit yourself to 2 or 3 squares a day, you're better off staying away from it entirely. Now, instead of something sweet, you might also want something crispy. And one of the best things that I've found have been kale chips. Kale chips can be made by pouring some olive oil onto the kale and topping it off with some sea salt and then baking it in the oven. They taste great, the kale is filling, and they're definitely crispy. If you're looking for a crispy pre-packaged snack, one pretty good one is Popcorners Flex. They only have 90 calories per serving, but that serving has 10 grams of protein, which is unusually high for a pre-packaged snack like this. But another high protein crispy snack is pork rinds. These do have 5 grams of fat per serving, but they also have 9 grams of protein and 0 carbohydrates, which is again very unusual for a crispy snack. Another one is nuts. Now the big problem with nuts is that people think that they're great for weight loss, so they eat as many of them as they want. But the problem is that too many nuts, just like too much of any healthy food, will make you gain body fat. So a great way to control the amount you eat is by getting nuts that are still in their shell. In fact, a study found that people ate 41% fewer calories when they ate nuts in a shell rather than the ones that already had the shell removed. And this makes perfect sense. It's all too easy to just eat handfuls of nuts that come in a bag with the shell already removed. Last but not least, I want to touch on dairy. When cutting, I don't like to overdo it with dairy, but there are some sources that can help you. The first ones are Greek and Icelandic yogurt. I'm assuming that most of you already know about Greek yogurt and its benefits over regular yogurt, specifically its high protein count. Well, Icelandic yogurt has even more protein than Greek. However, make sure that when you get one of these types of yogurt, you get the plain flavors and not the ones that come with fruit in it. The fruit that they usually add is loaded with sugar. So if you want fruit, you're better off taking some fresh raspberries or blueberries and adding them yourself. Also keep in mind that just because Greek yogurt is great, it doesn't mean that frozen Greek yogurt that you buy at the store is good too. Usually frozen Greek yogurt is loaded with sugar, making it not too much better than the ice cream that you're trying to substitute for. Another dairy food that has been used by bodybuilders for generations is cottage cheese. And even if you don't like cottage cheese itself, it can be used in many recipes that you will like, such as protein pudding. Many people also add salsa or even PB2 to their cottage cheese. And if that doesn't sound too appetizing for you, maybe you'll enjoy our last source of dairy, which is plain cheese, but not just any kind of cheese. Different types of cheeses come with different macronutrient profiles. The general rule of thumb is that the harder the cheese, the more protein there is. That's why something like Parmesan cheese has a higher ratio of protein to fat. Another great one is Swiss cheese, which gives you an even 1-to-1 ratio of protein to fat. Cheddar is also pretty close to that 1-to-1 ratio, but usually will have more fat than protein. If you happen to be on a keto plan, you don't have to worry about the fats from higher fat cheese too much. But for everyone else, it's going to be best for you if you go with a cheese that has a good ratio of protein to fats. Now before I wrap up this video, I want to remind those of you that are looking to add some taste and flavor to your diet plan to not forget about seasonings. There are so many different seasonings that will take bland, boring meals and make them delicious without adding a ton of calories. Many seasonings do contain a lot of salt, but once again, that's just going to add water weight. It's not going to prevent fat loss. And if you are concerned about sodium, then you'll be happy to know that Mrs. Dash offers plenty of salt-free varieties. That's it guys, I really hope this video has helped you out, and like I said, I could have easily just listed out some fruits and vegetables and said that there's 0-calorie foods after the cost of digestion, and I could have called it a day, but I figured I'd give you guys something that's new and that you can actually apply and use to make fat loss a little easier. Remember that any one of the foods listed today can be eaten in excess, and that'll definitely prevent fat loss. So these aren't freebies by any means. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I release future videos just like this. Also, if you're looking for a done-for-you plan that gives you a ton of healthy food to choose from and helps you lose weight or burn fat fast, then check out my 6-week program. You'll get a full diet plan based on your body and your preferences. We offer keto, vegetarian, vegan, intermittent fasting, 1 meal a day, and carb cycling plans to help accommodate virtually anyone. And all plans come with a recipe book, a 42-day workout plan, and an accountability coach to help answer any questions you have and push you to complete all 42 days to give you an amazing transformation. To find out more, you can click the link below in the description, or if you want more one-on-one help so we can tackle your specific issues, you can visit my website directly at gravitytransformation.com. I'll see you guys soon.